Hey y'all, so I'm back. Sorry about that. The video cut off. So anyway, so where was I at on that last video? Talking about anyway. So yeah, so I always knew, that it's a can y'all see me? Put that on. There you go. That it's always a chance of getting, like I said, it's been working for 13 years. So what happens? Let me just explain what happens. Okay, if you get pregnant while your tubes is tied, it's a possibility that you can have an ectopic pregnancy, which means that you're pregnant in your tubes, and you can't have your baby can't grow inside your tubes because your tubes are burst because your tubes are not big enough to hold a baby. So it's called an ectopic pregnancy, or there is a chance that you can get pregnant um, even though you have a tubal ligation, and it could be in the proper place, which is the uterus. They said it's a possibility. Tube tying is like a slang. They don't actually tie your tubes. That's just some kind of slang that people then started for some reason. They don't actually tie your tubes. They actually clip a little piece out of your tubes, and then they block it off with some kind of, I don't know if the proper name, like a surgical string, but they tie the string around the tube after they clip a little piece off to block any sperm from going up and meeting the egg and all that kind of stuff. You can always Google it and find out exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm not no doctor or nothing, but I know a little bit of something.
I'm a doctor.
So, excuse me?
I'm a doctor.
So tell me what's going on.
What they do is they tie it off and clip it, rub it down, no.
You know what? Anyway, silliness. Okay, he seemed awfully happy about the situation. Like, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, boo, how do you feel about the situation of me possibly being pregnant and us possibly having a baby?
Well, talk about a vitamin D overdose. Hey, look, we married. That's God's will. It's God's will. Only thing I can do is be happy. And be merry. And be happy.
Yeah, so, he's overly excited about the situation. I'm not mad. I'm just like, okay, what's going on? That's all. Because, like he said, if it's the Lord's will, it will be done, and we gonna have a baby. So I don't care about no age. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, you too old. No, honey. If you got a problem with my age and the fact that I got pregnant, if I'm pregnant with my tubes tied, child, you got to talk to the Lord, okay? Because I got my tubes tied 13 years ago. So if a baby come through in spite of that, then apparently it's the Lord's will. It will be done, and y'all gonna have to talk to him. Don't put your mouth on me now about, oh, you too old to have a baby. Excuse me. Please talk to the Lord about that, okay? Boom, pow. Anyway. He shakes his head at me. Anyway, so, because I'm going to shut it down before it even gets started, okay? Because I will get you together, okay? If you start talking about the Lord's business. Not up underneath my comments, child. Don't go there. Anyway. So, it's a possibility, if your tubes are tied and you still get pregnant. Okay, so, like I was saying, there's no such thing as they actually take your tubes and tie them in a knot. That's not true. The tying part comes in after they clip a little part of your tube out. Then they tie a string around the tube to close it off. There's a possibility, or sometimes they cap it off. And then I've even heard about some people getting their tubes burnt. But either way, it can mend back together over a certain amount of time. And sometimes that little whatever string or whatever, it's a possibility it could come off after some time. I also read when I was doing my homework that, 1 to 10 years is pretty much on the safe side. It's never 100%, but they said the first 10 years should be pretty much good to go. So I don't know what that means, because I'm over 10 years. So I don't know if it was just like more secure the first 10 years, and then after that some stuff can start happening, like falling off, mending back together, and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I do believe in miracles, and I think that if the Lord want a child to come through, he'll mend and heal and do all kinds of stuff in there. I don't care what they try to do. He can heal and mend things back together if that's what he wants. If his will includes for a child to come through you because he got a plan, then that's what it's going to be. So I'm never mad about that. And I'm not stressing. For the young lady who said, oh, well, why are you stressing then? If you on birth control, why are you stressing? After she tried to get me together about me not being on birth control, she ain't asked no questions. She just assumed. Then she going to say, well, Well, if you are on birth control, then why are you stressing, miss? Seriously, though, I am not stressing, okay? Trust me, I'm not stressing. This right here is a little problem compared to some of the problems I've had to deal with in my life, okay? This is minute. I wasn't stressing. I was just anxious. And I was a little confused because I know my tubes are tight, even though it's that 1%. But still, so please, miss, please move on. You can stay on my channel as long as you follow the rules, okay? I gave you rules up underneath of the video, and on other videos I've given rules for being on my channel. So I didn't block her. Somebody was like, you should block her, and yeah, maybe I should, but she wasn't totally out of order. She just needed to be gotten together a little bit, okay? And I just felt like, maybe she didn't know the rules, maybe she was new and she ain't know the rules. Once I give her the rules, I'm gonna give her an opportunity. I'm gonna let her stay in class, okay, because she need her education, okay? So I'm not going to dismiss her from class and send her to, after school tutoring or summer school or nothing like that. I'm gonna let her participate in, the year 2015 to 2016 school year from September to August. I'm gonna let her stay, because like I said, I don't know if she was aware of the rules on my channel. So, I've given her the rules. I've laid the law down about how you gonna conduct yourself accordingly, as the girl told my comments, but she was like, conduct yourself accordingly. Yeah, so I'm gonna give her an opportunity, okay? Because she bowed out gracefully. She wasn't nasty after she got me together. Then I got her together, and then she bowed out with a smile, and I bowed out with a thumbs up. So we good. I ain't gonna block you, miss. You can continue to watch and behave yourself. And I'm not, listen, look, I don't really want to block people because I want people to come and learn and enjoy. So I'm giving her an opportunity because she wasn't totally ratchet, okay? She wasn't totally ratchet, so I let her stay. And as long as, we good. Like, we could start over, okay? We could start this relationship over again, okay? We got off to a little bad start. Irreconcilable differences or whatever have you. But I'm giving her opportunity, to compose herself. Now, he shakes his head at me. So, anywho, yeah. So, it's a possibility that I could be having an ectopic pregnancy, or like I said, there have been cases where the pregnancy ended up in the uterus. Excuse me, it just depends. So I'll know, once I go to the doctors. But I just wanted to update y'all on my symptoms and stuff that I've been having since I came to y'all and told y'all I was late. So the month is gone. We're November the 1st. I've had no menstrual. I'm having pregnancy symptoms. Oh, and by the way, and this is for those of you who may not know, when you have an ectopic pregnancy, you still are going to get the normal pregnancy symptoms as though you were pregnant in the normal fashion, which is in the uterus. So, like I said, my symptoms is more on pregnancy side, more so than menopause side. I mean, premenopause, because menopause is, you in full-blown menopause when you miss your period for 12 months straight, okay? For those of you who may or may not know. That's full-blown menopause when you miss your period for 12 months straight. Missing your period here and there is premenopause, but it's other symptoms to go along with it. It's not just missing a period. So like I was saying on the last video, for those of you who didn't see it, my husband and I are experiencing. Boo, are you participating in this vlog with me? Or are you playing baseball while we waiting?
I was playing baseball and participating
at the same time. Okay,
it's called multitasking.
All right, well, let's multitask and do this. Well, anyway.
What else we doing?
He is such a man. Well, anyway, yeah, so symptoms, we're both having nausea, we're both sleeping a lot, and we both had that heartburn, at the same exact time. Like, that was just such a coincidence. So yeah, I just wanted to update y'all. I wanted to come back because the other video had cut off, so I wanted to come back and continue that conversation about the tubal situation, ectopic pregnancy, and all that kind of stuff. So now here's a question that my husband had that I tried to research it and I couldn't find the answer to it. And his question was, Boo, I'm gonna let you ask the question. That way I feel like you participating in this vlog. Since you are a part of the reason why I may be going through this, then yeah, we're gonna talk about this because people want to hear from you too, since you're the culprit.
I don't want to hear from you.
So, I'll wait until you finish batting that ball, and then you're gonna talk to the people about what your question was. No, Boo, come on, let's do this. Okay, so ask the question that you asked me, and maybe somebody out there might know the answer, Because like I said, I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find like an exact answer to the question that he had for me.
If you're pregnant and you're
Boo, I really want you to look at this camera and do this and not play ball. And if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. But we're not going to half-ass, because I don't do half-ass over here.
If I'm talking, what I got?
I don't want you playing baseball.
Well,
and
I got to look at the camera.
You don't have to look at the camera, but we're not going to play baseball and do this at the same time. All right, so question, because somebody out there might have an answer for you and me, because now I'm curious now that he asked me.
I don't need all that. Lord.
No, because I want the people to see.
What do you want the people to hear and see?
Yes. Because you know if you can't see, you can't hear.
Well, somebody need to go doctor.
Anyway.
And get your tube right.
All right, come on, Boo. So the question that you asked me.
The question was, if you're pregnant in your tubes, can they take it out your tubes and put it where it's supposed to be? That's the question.
Okay. So, did y'all hear that? The question, just in case y'all didn't hear him, because I don't know how good that, because, he can be loud any other time, but when he need to be loud. But anyway, question was, if you're pregnant in your tubes, can they take the baby out of the tubes and place it in the uterus? And then it grows from there. That was his question, because he didn't like the idea of losing a baby. If I was pregnant, he was saying he didn't like the idea of losing a baby. And if I am pregnant in my tubes, he didn't want me to, keep having tubal pregnancies and losing children. That's what he said. He didn't want to keep losing children. So that was sweet. But I don't know. I actually watched them. One thing I did see on YouTube, on actual YouTube, they actually showed. I don't have it. Oh yeah, I did. They actually showed where someone was pregnant in their tubes, and they had showed where they removed it. It was an actual baby. Y'all, lie to you not. The baby was probably from the tip of this nail to where my finger is. And it was an actual baby. Like, you could tell it was a full baby. You could see the ribs. It was a full baby. And the lady was 10 weeks pregnant. I'm just saying what I saw, okay? The video said she was 10 weeks pregnant in her tubes. And they were removing the baby from the tubes. And it was an actual baby. And you could see the cord attached to it and everything. They didn't show what happened with the baby afterwards. It didn't say whether the baby was alive. That was something that kind of bothered me when I saw that. But it was an actual baby. Head, body, legs, everything. It was a baby. And it was 10 weeks. I'm just saying what I saw. So, but my husband, it was amazing, because I watched that, and then like hours later, my husband had came in the room, and he was just asking me, and I was like, wow, yeah, that's a good question, because I don't know. So if any of you all know anything about this, maybe it's some nurses out there that watch me. Maybe somebody has been through this before. If the baby ends up in your tubes, will the baby still be alive if you remove it, in time enough, and can it be put in the uterus? That's the question that my husband had, and now that he brought that up, I'm curious myself. I did try to research it on YouTube or on Google. I'm going to keep researching it just to see if I can find an answer. But if y'all can help me out with that question, that would be excellent, because he's concerned about losing a baby. And so am I. So please, somebody in the comment section, help me out. Or if you can Google, maybe you can Google it and find something that maybe I didn't find when I Googled it. But I'm going to keep researching it. And then I'm definitely going to ask my doctor when I go see him to find out, what the situation is. All right, y'all. So there we have it. There's my update, part 2, because I did part 1 and then it cut off. What you say, Boo? Oh, it's dark. We driving now, so you can't really see him. We can't put that light on him because he's driving. Because you smell like pee. Why did he change the words of songs? Oh, y'all, look. It's the song. Boo, turn it down for a minute. It's the song called what it say? You used to call me on my what it say? You used to call me on my cell phone. Y'all know that song? Da, 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 da. You used to call me on my cell phone. Well, in Jamaica, I was watching Lyric Uncut, and this song they got she was playing some song. It was on video, and it says, "You used to call me when your wife gone." Instead of used to call me on my cell phone, you used to call me when your wife gone. Matter of fact, Lyric had a video. That was the name of it. You used to call me when your wife gone. So I thought that was like, wow, how they changed that up. Well, in Jamaica, somebody made it like that. So anyway, all right, y'all. Well, bye, boo. Say bye.
Bye, y'all.
All right, y'all. So we'll see y'all on the next video. Only if it's the Lord's will. So I said I was gonna keep y'all updated. So that's what I'm doing. All right, bye.